Yesterday, I was one decision away from ending my company. My co-founder and I have had this idea since probably January. We've been discussing this, and we've only recently launched it not too long ago. Back then, if we were fast, we would have been first to market, and I don't know, we might have been really successful by now. But the fact that we launched only recently, we're no longer first to market. And I'm okay with that, as long as we are trying our best, as long as we're putting 110% effort. But we weren't. My co-founder and I are quite similar, but also quite different at the same time. We have different goals in what we want to achieve. For me, it's business above everything else, all right? Success is my number one priority. But for him, he has different priorities. He has XYZ he wants to do. I'm not gonna go into detail of what it is. And I do understand people have different goals and different priorities. And I'm not saying don't go do that. You do what you wanna do, but not when you're starting a company with me. My expectation for someone who's working with me on a startup is, I understand this is unrealistic, but I don't really care. It's you have to dedicate everything to this. You sacrifice everything else. I don't really care. It's second, third, fifth priority. This is number one always. For myself, I mean, I'm basically happy to give up everything. I've given up sports, gym, extracurricular, everything I've given up to work on my business. And that's how I've gotten to where I've gotten with my other business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to succeed, this is the life. This is what you have to do. And we've had this discussion like probably 4 separate times. And every time he's like, yeah, I understand, I'll do better. But nothing came of it. So basically this was the last straw, right? After seeing minimal progress because we're not putting in time. I had some discussions, I got some opinions, and I thought it was best that we stop this. So we had one final meeting on Sunday. And I think this is what the difference between a good and a great leader is. I came to this meeting in my mind that I had an answer to what I want to do. And I could have very easily been like, nope, I don't really care. I will do what I want to do. I have made up my mind. But no, I still listened, and I heard him out, and I got his opinion, and then I thought about it. It's very easy to just think we're correct and just think we're right and just want to do things our way. But after hearing him out, after hearing my thoughts, we came to a conclusion. It was sort of like a wake-up call for him, right? He understands what needs to be done now. He's willing to give up stuff. He's willing to sacrifice. He's willing to make it happen. Along with that, we are also bringing on another co-founder to fill in some holes in the business. And it wasn't an easy conversation to have. It's something that no one looks forward to. It's something that I was dreading, honestly, because he's a good friend of mine. But if you want to be a great entrepreneur, you have to make the tough decisions. If I didn't do that, there was only one result that could have happened. And that is we continue to waste money, we continue to waste time, and eventually we just fail because nothing got done. At the end, we didn't go our separate ways. At the end, we came to a conclusion, we worked it out, and we even got an extra person on board. So if there's one thing to take away from this, if you stuck all to the end of the video, is that you have to do the tough decisions to succeed.